Hello there, and welcome to Club PlayStation Level 12. Today's episode will just be myself, Tim Chatton. If you can't tell, Dan is not available today, and I'm not sure where he is exactly. But if you are interested in becoming a co-host of Club PlayStation, I am definitely looking, and yeah, I'm looking for someone reliable that just wants to talk to about PlayStation every week. So if you're interested, let me know on Twitter at TCHATEN, and I would love to talk to you about that. So, anyways, today's episode will be shorter, but I'm gonna have an episode of the day just myself talking about some PlayStation stuff, talking about some cool PlayStation stuff that I've been doing this week, and also the news of the week, of course. And let's dive into that. First off, we have a confirmation from the Sony blog that Minecraft PS Vita Edition is due out Tuesday. So perhaps the day you listen to this, perhaps earlier, Minecraft will be available on Vita with a retail release following on November 11th. So this is really exciting news. Vita is going to be an amazing platform for Minecraft. It's going to be a platform that you're able to pick up whenever you're ready for it. It won't have to be this process of turning on your big home console to do it, and I'm really excited. It seems a perfect fit, so this is going to be really awesome that this is happening. Now, Vib Ribbon came out this week on PS3 and Vita, and I'm not sure what the big deal about this is. I do know this was a European or Japanese only title for many, many years, and this is the first time it's been available in the States. I know it's had cool features of using your own soundtrack, putting your own MP3s, that kind of thing, but I'm not sure how much of that exists on the re-release here on the store, but this is really cool stuff that the fans finally got their answer with Vib Ribbon coming out. Now, something I did get confirmed this week is that this $100 promotion that I talked about last week, this $100 promotion where if you buy $100 worth of goods on the PSN store, I think just for PS4, but I think it's actually on all the different stores, that does qualify when you do pre-orders, because you are, of course, handing over your money to Sony when you do pre-orders. So say you want to get Alien Isolation and GTA 5 on your PS4. If you buy both of those within this month, you'll get $15 back in Sony money. Pretty awesome deal. So make sure to take advantage of that. I think it's a really awesome deal and a really great way to get some games cheaper this holiday season, including perhaps Call of Duty and some of the other games coming out in November, which is really, really awesome. So that was a pretty cool thing that did get revealed earlier this week, or I got confirmed, I should say. Now, what else is happening? So there's a new event happening in Las Vegas, December 6th to 7th. It's called the PlayStation Experience. So this is their very first event. It's a 2-day community event dedicated to people who bring PlayStation to life. And they're basically doing a 20th anniversary event pretty soon. Basically, this is kind of their first kickoff of that. And it's in Las Vegas. So if you are in the area in December, check that out. More details on the Sony blog, of course. So with that all said, I wanted to dive into some Alien Isolation talk. This is the first time I've done the preload on PS4, and I should say it was a really cool experience. So on the PS4, I did the preload. I ordered it on Friday night, got home, put in my code to download this game, my $60 worth of wallet credit, and I put all that money in and pre-ordered it. So I could see the timer throughout the week, and on Sunday it said preload would start today, and it did start downloading. I could see that. I could see it taking up to 20 gigs of storage space on my hard drive. And come midnight Eastern time, there's a countdown, and on midnight Tuesday morning I could play Alien Isolation. And it was such a cool experience doing this little countdown thing and playing at midnight. And I gotta say, Alien Isolation, perfect game to play at midnight. It's at its height of scariness when you're tired, when all there is but the silence, the audio of this game, and the scariness of Alien Isolation. The intensity of it. This is very much rekindling what the original Alien film did with the Ridley Scott's film there, that suspense genre. Alien has never been a horror film in my mind. It never has been. It started out as a thriller, a kind of Indian. I'm not sure what the genre is, but 10 little Indians where they each get killed off one by one, and then by the end there's one left. Then goes to kind of a military action film with Aliens by James Cameron. Then the third film's kind of like a kind of awakening, a finding yourself movie with Alien 3. It's very spiritual in nature and not at all a horror film. Then the last one of the franchise, Alien Resurrection, kind of like a French foreign film. A lot of weird, quirky French humor in it, and very cool. So the whole franchise has never been a horror film. So I was really happy to see, so far in Alien Isolation, it's been really suspenseful, very much a thriller. And I did get a good 2 hours into it that first night, as well as playing some of the free DLC that you get for pre-ordering it. And I'll talk about that in a second here. But the thriller, the concept of this game is you are Ripley's daughter, and you're now several years in the future, you're trying to see what happened to your mom. And you are on this quest to intercept a ship that has the call log, the black box, so to speak, of the Nostromo. And you're on this ship trying to get this black box, and this is where an incident happened where there was an alien on board, and still is an alien on board when you arrive, and you get to find your way through the ship, fighting off different androids and different and basically hiding from this alien. Because if you recall, in the first Alien movie, there's no really way to kill this alien except for sucking it out of the into space. And I'd assume that's probably how this one ends if it follows the movie rhythms. I'm not at all there yet, but I'm sure I will at some point. This is a long game from what I've heard. It's about 20 hours in length. And they recommend... So something I gave IGN a lot of crap for is they played the game on hard. And when I booted up this game, it said, play on hard. That is our recommended setting for everybody because that is the true Alien experience of being completely terrified. And I think on the game developers' end, that was a bad decision to do that because game developers, they're playing this all day long. They're pretty good at this game, I'd imagine. The average person, including IGN reviewers, are not that skilled. And they're going to have a frustrating experience. So I did not put it on hard myself. I put it on normal. And I believe I can actually change it as I go throughout this game. And even put it on easy. And that is something that you can do fairly simply. So it is on normal for me. We'll see if I bring it down below that. I tend to go on the easier modes of these games. But some great things that this game does is, first off, the atmosphere. Everything between the visuals, they perfectly match the Alien film. I feel like I am in the ship, the Nostromo, when I'm playing this game. Everything from the little, there's a little burr that goes up and down through gravity, which doesn't really exist in space, but it does there, is in there. There's all these little touches that are just so perfect. The audio, the sound effects are exactly from Alien. The music is what I was most concerned about, and that is in there. It is Jerry Goldsmith's score. His music is in here throughout, and it is beautiful and perfect. And if you want another experience into the Alien world, this is it. This is Alien 5. This is the Alien we've all been waiting for, as far as let's re-experience the Alien franchise in a new way, this interactive way, and this is it. You know, we've had Alien video games in the past. There was an Alien 3 video game on SNES or Sega Genesis, I believe. It might have been even PlayStation. There's been many Alien games, but this is the first one that was done by people that appreciate what Alien is, and they have nailed it just as far as atmosphere and all of that. Now, I should say, control-wise, I'm still kind of learning that. The ins and outs of controlling, I feel a little clumsy at times trying to navigate through this world, but I'm sure I'll get better over time. And something I am concerned about with Alien Isolation is, I've said before, with The Last of Us, for instance, I hate stealth gameplay. I hate stealth gameplay, but that is what this game is. So it's going to be a true balancing act to see, can I appreciate this game being a stealth game, whereas I don't like stealth gameplay that much at all. So this will be curious to see how I shape out at the end. Will I actually finish this game, or will this be a game, and I'd be fine if this is the case, will this be a game that I just like to be in this world for a couple hours and experience this world and not really progress too far in the game because I'm not good at that gameplay? That could totally happen. And these DLC expansions are going to enable me to feel okay about that, because I'm going to be able to jump from the Alien Isolation core experience to the Alien movie with not Last Survivor, but the other one that was given out for free, Crew Expendable. That's the one that I have. And Last Survivor. Those three modes will enable you to experience this world, to get entertainment value out of this world without being good at this type of game. Now, a really easy trophy that I discovered when doing the Crew Expendable gameplay is to simply, let the alien know you're there, have your flamethrower ready, and flame them, because you'll get an achievement like that, or a trophy like that. And I was kind of surprised that was so easy to get. But so the thing about the core game is it is a long build-up before you ever even see the alien, the xenomorph. You are presented that this xenomorph is on board. Within the first 2 hours of gameplay, you see just a glimpse of him. You don't really get attacked by him or do anything like that, but you do see a glimpse of them, and I'm sure I'm going to hit him pretty soon in this game as I progress through it. Now, the Crew Expendable DLC is something that I thought it'd be something different from what it is. So here is what it is. So in the movie Alien, you are in this very confined space, Dallas is, as it goes from throughout the kind of overhead ventilation system, the shafts, I'm not sure what the name for it is, but he goes in that very confined space. And that's what I thought this was. I thought I'd be going up into the air ducts, into the air shafts, going shaft by shaft, door by door, and closing those off. When in fact, this game, this DLC is not doing that so far, at least. It has been going down below into these huge rooms and trying to force the alien towards the end of the ship. So it's a much different environment where you're free roaming in a much broader way, and it's not bad, but it's not what I expected for sure. Now, you are presented the option to play as any of the crew characters. So I could play as Ripley, I could play as Dallas, Lambert, all of those characters you have the option of playing as. I will say it was a bit bizarre hearing the cast do some lines again. They sound like themselves, but not quite themselves. The age has done something to it that it's great that they're there, but it's you can tell it's not the original recording of those lines, because there are new lines, new dialogue in this game. So the last DLC is from GameStop, and it's Last Survivor. Now, this will be available to everybody at some point. I'm kind of trying to find a code on eBay to get Last Survivor. If you happen to have the Last Survivor code, I'd be interested in getting that from you for PS4. Now, something I have yet to try to do is use Vita Remote Play with Alien Isolation. I think that could be a cool experience. It would look beautiful on the screen. I will say I have been so freaked out just by playing this game, having the headphones on and having that total immersion of Alien Isolation. It's been intense, and I've not yet seen the headset app allow me to download a profile for Alien Isolation, so I hope at some point that does happen, because that would be even better. I mean, that'd be amazing. So, with that said, Alien Isolation is everything I thought it'd be, and it's the reason I talked about all year long that I wanted to buy a PS4. And I'm glad I got a PS4. It's been a great experience so far. and I can't wait to have more time to dig into it. I have to kind of work myself into playing games like Alien Isolation. I'm not always ready to get terrified and state in that mind where I am that scared. That is a horrifying thing to think of, horrifying thing to put yourself through. So it's something that I do have to do probably once a week for a couple hours, kind of thing. We'll see how far I progress now quickly. And this is a game I'm okay at spending some time and working my way through. It's a game that will have long legs for me and will take a long time to get through, I feel. It's not going to be a game I play every night. I do love what they did with this, and it's simply amazing from that end of things. So let's move on from Alien Isolation to some other topics of the week, and let's jump over to some news stories that have been happening this week that have been pretty cool. So the first thing that I want to mention is that I guess with VR there is actually an Alien Isolation version of that in VR, which is pretty amazing. And next up, let's see. Let me just spend a moment here and seeing what else has been happening here in the world of PlayStation. But evidently, the NBA 2K15 servers have been not working and things like that. So now I will say I think it's time to dig into some Destiny talk a little bit at least. So Destiny is a game I've been diving into on both Xbox One and PS4. My PS4 character is light years beyond my Xbox One character. I'm much better at playing it on PS4 for whatever reason. And I'm finding the Crucible is just a lot of fun to dive into as kind of a secondary experience while I'm watching TV or something. Doing the Vita remote play, I'm finding that's a really cool experience to do. And my struggle is just the time involved in leveling up characters. It just takes so long once you get 20. Because all the people I want to play with are up there at 26, 27, and you just can't hang with certain people until you get there. So there's a lot of grinding gear out and just a time equation. It's all random as far as what gear you get if you play the Crucible, and I think that's the most reliable way to get gear, quite honestly. If you don't want to put in a ton of effort into it, just go in the Crucible and have some fun in the Crucible a couple times a day, and you'll level up eventually. And I learned the trick of leveling up the gear as well as getting new gear, so that is something to definitely do as far as all that's concerned. So with that said, let me to wrap up the show, because I don't think there's much more to talk about as far as news of the week, because it's been fairly tame. Now, October, I should mention Drive Club still not yet available for PS Plus owners. Pretty awful thing here that they're postponing this because of connectivity issues. This game should not have any server issues at all. It's taken them a year to get out. They should have had this stuff narrowed out by now. I can't imagine that this game got over and abundant preloads and purchases. Imagine, a lot of people are like me. They're not going to spend $50 on this game if they're getting a free version of it, and they may buy it after the free version comes out, but certainly not before. I don't see how they're having server issues, and I'm kind of jaded with this in the fact that perhaps it's being delayed just to have people buy this $50 game that they promised we'd get a free copy of at some point. So that is kind of a sad thing. We're seeing an announcement of new Octodad levels hitting PS4 on October 14th for free, so that's a cool kind of update with that game. A lot of love for that game from a lot of different people. Now something really cool coming out here, Call of Duty Advanced Warfare, the Kevin Spacey Call of Duty game, as I like to say, is available for PS3 and has PS4 cross-buy. So what this means is if you purchase this game on PS3, you'll get the PS4 game for free, which is amazing. That is so cool. So if you have friends on both systems, you want to play with both people, buy a PS3, you'll get a free digital copy of PS4. This is a digital promotion, so that is a great incentive to go that way instead of on Xbox if you are an Xbox player. So I think Xbox is a similar thing as well, so that is something they are doing. on that platform as well. But if you don't have a 360, this is a cool thing to do. Now, the last thing I want to, I guess, close out the show with is PS TV, the Ultimate FAQ. And this is launching rather soon, I should say, this week. And I just want to go over PlayStation TV, the Vita TV, and what is all confirmed at this point from Sony. And then we'll wrap up the show here. So it's set for release October 14th. It's Tuesday. And here's some different things about this. It's going to be $99 for the standalone system and 99 Canadian dollars in Canada. And there will be a limited edition version of this system with a Lego Movie video game for $140. So that's all happening. The TV digital store arrives a day earlier on October 13th. The box comes out in Europe on November 14th. The standalone PS TV box comes with the system, an HDMI cable, pretty nice that has that, AC adapter, and AC cord. And this is going to be a very small device. It looks to me kind of like a hard drive. So the PlayStation TV very much has a hard drive, little form factor, the little Sony logo on it. And the limited edition bundle with Lego video game has a DualShock 3 wireless controller, an 8 gig memory card, which is pretty awesome, I gotta say, because my Vita came with nothing as far as that's concerned. And it says the video game is actually a voucher, so you're gonna get a download code if you get this Lego Movie the video game bundle, which is kind of a cool thing. And has all these standard stuff, HDMI cable, AC adapter, AC power cord, as well as a USB cable. The box, the PlayStation TV, supports HDMI out, Ethernet, and one USB 2.0 port. It also integrates with N networking for Wi-Fi and works with both the DualShock 3 and DualShock 4 and supports Bluetooth headset/headphones. There is no word yet as far as if that gold wireless headset would actually work with this, because there is an USB slot, so it does call the reason that this could possibly work with that. That would be a cool thing. You can use a keyboard via that USB or I believe Bluetooth. And it is puzzling me why they're not doing DualShock 4s with this bundle. It makes no sense to me. It seems like that touchpad would be really nice to use with Vita games, but that's something else, I guess. So next up in this FAQ is required gameplay as far as the memory card. So the TV, the PS TV, has 1 gigabyte internal memory, which can be used for game saves or small-sized downloadable content. So that is a change from the Vita. The stock Vita that you buy, you cannot do any game saves or downloads to the system at all. There's not enough room for it. It's purely OS sized. Now this will have that, but memory card is, and the memory card won't be required for streaming services like PS Now or Remote Play. So that's a really cool thing. And I think that's the same with the PS Vita. So on the Vita, I could definitely do Remote Play without a memory card. That's what I did the first night. That's how I played games the first few nights because I didn't have a memory card quite yet. So that's that does work. The dimensions of this box, we've got 13.6 millimeters thickness by 105 millimeters high and 65 millimeters in length. And weighs approximately 0.24 pounds. So it's about the height of a DualShock 3 controller, a little bit taller. So next up on this whole PS TV thing is some differences between this and the handheld Vita. So the following Vita applications are not available on the TV. Some obvious ones here. We've got Near, the map, Welcome Park, Network Operator, which is used mainly for that 3G version of the Vita, and Remote Play for PlayStation 3. It's just Remote Play for PS4. The following applications are available on both PS TV and PS Vita, though with these differences. Photos cannot be taken on the PS TV's photo app, obviously, because it does not have a camera. When using voice chat on PS TV's party app, users must use a separately sold Bluetooth headset. TV does not have a microphone. So the PS TV supports both Wi-Fi and Ethernet versus just Wi-Fi. The cool thing, of course, is the HDMI output. So for the first time, we're going to have easy gameplay videos off the Vita, something that you can't do today with your handheld Vita. You'll be able to control it with the DualShock 3 or DualShock 4. The touch pointer feature allows the users to use the left or / right stick on a controller to perform touch operations like you would on a PS Vita system. So in addition to that, users can also use the touchpad in DualShock 4 to perform touch operations. So it seems to me that the DualShock 4 is clearly the one you want to use. You don't want to use a joystick to do the touch operations. The options and share buttons of DualShock 4 will be on the start and select on the Vita system. Speaker and stereo headset jack on DualShock 4 are not supported with this as of yet. And PS TV supports key input via Bluetooth keyboards. However, Sony Entertainment does not guarantee compatibility with all things. And that's that as far as differences. It's going to launch in the black color. It'll support 480p, 720p, and 1080i. No 1080p. The PS TV system does not support 4K output for games at this time. PS TVs support analog video or analog audio. The PS TV video and audio are transmitted using HDMI, not standard definition, so that's not possible. Good, thank you. We really don't need that, I don't think. You will need a software update once you connect this to your network, just like Xbox One did, and I'm sure PS4 did. Let's see what else. Popular features already available on PS Vita, like Remote Play, will be available when PS TV launches, and there's going to be additional TV features coming soon. And this is very comprehensive and keeps on going on and on. Let's see. Subaccounts. There is some way to do subaccounts. There's parental constrictions. It does not support DLNA, so you can't stream videos to this from your PC. This will support PlayStation Mini games, PS1 Classics, PSP Portable games, and PS Vita games. And PS Now allows you to play PS3 games through streaming services. And let's see, you can purchase games at retailers, download the games from the PlayStation Store, the TV's internal memory or memory card, and then you'll be able to download games you already own on your Vita directly to this at no additional charge, and you can play online games with TV people and with Vita people at the same time. So something I talked about a bit earlier, and this is kind of a long closing. I thought this would be a quicker FAQ they're going through, but the headset compatibility. What is the headset compatibility with PS TV? And it's not going to support the gold wireless headset, silver headset, or Pulse wireless stereo headset Elite Edition. PS TV generally supports Bluetooth headsets, speakers, and keyboards. So even though there's a USB port on the PS Vita TV, that will not support that dongle you use with your PS4 or PS3. So that's kind of a shame. It really is. It does support the BD remote control from your PS3. It does not support the Move controller. PS TV supports HDCP copy protection. HDCP cannot be turned off, so this may block game capture devices, depending on how that is enabled. Let's see what else. It talks about controller compatibility and about how you can charge that, things like that. And remote play, standard stuff there. And PlayStation Now will be available upon launch of this system. It has 150 games in there. They're set up there. And can two people use my account's content on two different PS TV systems at once? So yes, that is supported. So you're able to have the same game playable on two different boxes. That's pretty cool if you have friends that want to do that. And they do recommend you stay in the region where you live, because that could run into trouble. And instant game collection, discounts, all that kind of stuff is supported with the PlayStation Plus. And this just keeps going on. And here we go. It ends here. you will be able to play MP3 music stored on a memory card. So that is a pretty entailed wrap-up of PSTV coming out this week. If you're interested, go pick one up. It's $99. Seems like a fair price for what it is. You're getting the Vita's internals that you're able to play on a TV, and this seems like a cool option for those that want to either have a Netflix box or be able to do remote play. I can see a real use case for this on holiday trips where you're actually going to a different family member's house, and you can remote play your PS4 from that box, hypothetically. So that's a really cool thing where remote play will enable that kind of stuff. So with that said, thank you for listening or watching Club PlayStation. I do need another club member of the show, so if you're interested in becoming a co-host of Club PlayStation, please let me know so I can have someone to talk with every week about PlayStation stuff. And you can, as I said at the beginning of the show, let me know if you're interested at TCHATEN for any things you have as far as that's concerned. And with that said, I'm just looking at the live feedback here, and I don't understand nothing. I speak Portuguese, so there's welcome the Portuguese friend there. And do you think SSD can make consoles faster in terms of gameplay? So Samuel, I do have some experience with a friend of mine, Makana, who has been on the show before. He has solid state storage in his Xbox One, and I believe he'll be getting that for his PS4 as well. And what solid state does is it definitely improves your load time. So the console booting up, the general operation of your console, as well as, I'm pretty sure, load times as you're loading through screens and things in the games. It won't make, I don't believe, your actual gameplay when you're inside of the game and doing the actual gameplay mechanics. That should be the same. That won't affect your frame rate or anything like that. But just it'll speed up your system for sure. So that is something to be aware of. But like I said, follow me at TCHATEN. You can follow me there on PlayStation's network, Xbox network, and Nintendo's network ID. And subscribe to the YouTube channel, youtube.com/tchan. And until next time, thanks for listening or watching. And I'll be back next week with hopefully a new guest. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.